we have a very special guest, Raphael Ohin, Valour FC captain.
This is what I feel like doing. I feel like turning my back and backheeling the ball. Or if you really want to get to the next level, you always have to do something different.
I did transfer list you initially. Reason being is because you had a lot of value.
Who you are? What? And if my parents get to know about it, I'm dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Observer Football Podcast. And today we have a very special guest, Raphael Ohin, Valour FC captain. How are you doing, Raphael?
Doing great. No, I'm just excited to be here. Thanks for having me here.
Well, we're so pleasure to have you here. And honestly, when I think of a leader, when I think of a captain, I can't think of a better leader than you. When I talk to anyone here in the soccer community here in Manitoba, they look to you as inspiration because not only are you playing for our professional team at Valour, you're also the captain. You're leading the team. So I think hearing your story and how you got to where you are, how your journey was through soccer or football, I think will serve as inspiration to the community here. So I think all of us are really excited to learn about your story and just get to know more about you because as you told me before, this is your first ever podcast.
This is my first ever podcast. And no, thanks for the compliment. Thanks for the compliment, yeah.
Well, and honestly, too, I've had the pleasure to see you play live. And I must say, I was going to say, so for those who don't know, I actually play for Ghana at the Canada Africa Cup of Nations tournament. And I thought we could have used you yesterday. So unfortunately, for those who don't know, Ghana played in the final against Nigeria in its first ever final. And we unfortunately lost 4-0. Good result from the team. But again, we could have used you. I think you could have maybe turned the result away for us.
Of course, yeah. It could have made a difference, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So, instead, I know, obviously, maybe next year, who knows?
I don't know if I'm allowed to play, but yeah. No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even in the off season, just kick a ball about. Yeah, just keep touching the ball, get a little bit in shape. Yeah, just...
So I have a question for you. So you know I'm a goalkeeper, right?
Okay.
So how good are you at penalties?
Penalties. I'm good.
You can score on me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
I've one thing about penalties. And it's so funny how you brought this up. Mm-hmm. And the first question for me was, how good am I in penalties? I used to be so scared of penalties. And it's so funny. There was this young kid that actually got me past this fear. Like I was not even expecting it. That a young kid is going to build my confidence up in the penalty. This is what happened. Excuse me. We're playing. It was just like this community game, right? Okay. And then we got to penalties and he was the younger one. So we want him to go first. Okay, go shoot the ball. Whatever happens. Okay, we don't care. We have, just like the rest of the guys, go in there and just go do it. And this kid went there, bang, took a hard shot to the corner. But for some reason, the goalkeeper saved it. And he turned. He was coming back and some of the older boys were trying to say something. And all of a sudden, the boy was like, no, nobody talks. Just shut up. Nobody talks. But like, what? Where did you get that confidence from? He said, oh, my dad. My dad said, hey, penalty is 50-50. You pick a spot, you go there hard, you believe in your shot. If the goalkeeper goes that way, you win. If the goalkeeper goes this way, and then he get the ball, he wins. That's it. It's 50-50. It sounds funny, right? But I'm like, you know what? This kid is actually making sense. It's just you pick a side. Goalkeeper obviously doesn't know what you're doing. You pick a side. The goalkeeper already had, just like his plans where he's going. If he goes the other way, you go this way, you win. That's it.
It's funny that you say that because the commentators say it's 50-50, but like when you see like players or just in teams on the field, they're always like, oh, the player should score. So I feel like when you hear that back, 50-50 ball, right? It's like, okay, it's a 50-50 shot. So I can see where that happens too, because I actually had to take a penalty this last indoor season against Tyson. And I lost. I actually went to the final and the penalty shootout, and I actually missed the penalty where he saved it. And it's on, I actually have a video about it, and I showed him the clip, and he was like celebrating all that stuff, but then at the end of it, I'm like, again 50-50.
50-50,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I don't usually take penalties. This is not my
I
saving
mean,
them.
yeah, it is 50-50. In a game where the ball is rolling, it's a different, you can like, you ask yourself, someone can score, isn't the same 12 yards, right? 12 yards from the line. Someone can score on a goalkeeper, even 15 yards, but the ball is rolling. He can ping, he can chip, he can does whatever, right? But this time, the ball is dead still in a dead ball situation, one-on-one. There's a lot of thinking going on there. What am I going to do? Where am I going to do? Put the ball. The goalkeeper is doing the exact same thing, right? So it's 50-50. This time, the goalkeeper is set. When the ball is rolling, the goalkeeper is not set. So I believe it's 50-50. But I think I'm pretty good.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons, and I love that you say that, because I think that can serve as a good advice for any forward, midfielder, defender taking penalties, because that's a good mentality. Because again, confidence is key. Whether you're taking a penalty or just in game, like taking chances, taking risks, it plays a lot into it. Especially for me as a goalie too. When you have low confidence, it feels like everything goes in. Like you can't do nothing right. But the reason I wanted to mention that is because in the off season, if you're up for it, I'd be willing to. I would like to have you and Tyson be able to take penalties on me, because hey, I like to pride myself into.
Let's do it.
Save some
I love
penalties.
competition, by the way.
Oh, I love it too.
Competition, this little competition here and there, I love it. I remember a couple of years back, I was playing indoor, and we're playing against, I think, FC Northwest or something. That's when I used to play for WSA semi-pro, and at the beginning of the game, just like there was a lot of tension going on, right? Players love to beef, like not trash talk here and there. I was not used to it because that was still my early days in Winnipeg, right? And by the way, still learning English. So for me, I don't really want to get into any interaction or whatever. I don't really want to, just sound a little bit dumb. You don't even know what you're talking about, right? So I was just quiet. All I need to do is just go out there, do my job, play my game, get out of there, right? And there was a lot of beefing going on. I'm like, where is this coming from? Bad energy. And some of the boys try to put it on me. The other team, FC Northwest. So it was 1-0, and then there was a penalty shootout. Sorry. One of my friends got kicked in the balls. There was a penalty. And I got so mad because of all the craziness going on. And then I asked one of my guys, say, yo, step back. I'm going to take this penalty. Went in there, put the ball down, look at the goalkeeper. I ran to the ball, I turned my back, and I backheel it. Like I backheel it. The ball went in, and that really, really got them more mad. Like I have video.
Really?
I have video. I swear, I have video. It could have gone viral. Yeah. It could have gone viral, but my coach back then, Eddie was like, no, you don't do that. That's disrespectful. You don't do that to a team. Take him off. So he asked for the coach on the bench, because he was suspended, so he was sitting upstairs. He asked for the coach who was on the bench back then, Raf Kentafia, to take me off the field. And then they just have to sub me off. And they asked me, why did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. There was too much going on, and this is my way of fighting. I can't really fight verbally. I can swear and all of that, but I fight with the ball. That's the way I can, fight you. And, doing something that will hurt you more, that will feel embarrassed. Yeah, that's what makes me happy. And I turned my back and I backed it, and it went in net.
That I love that you let your skill do the talking, or your confidence on the ball.
Absolutely.
Oh, but like that just speaks to that just. I mean, for me, if I was the coach, I wouldn't take you off, because that just shows me you have ultimate confidence, and then that's just going to cause a rise out of the other team. So they'll start taking unnecessary fouls. You get into their head, right? Like if I was the goalie and that happened to me, I would be pissed, but I'd be off my game, because I would be starting taking decisions like being more emotional, reactive. I can make more mistakes.
The goalkeeper lost it on me. The goalkeeper was running to me, was just swearing and licking. I'm like, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. I was just playing my game. I feel everybody has a way of playing penalties. Some people want to put a spin, back spin, straight shot, and then all of that inside. Even the new, just Jorginho jumping and just this is what I feel like doing. I feel like turning my back and backheeling the ball. And then, and I did it. I could have missed.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't care. I don't care. I miss a penalty, so what? That was the mentality, But I'm like, hey, yes, I could shoot like a regular penalty and I would miss anyways. I could miss anyways. So I went in there with lots of confidence, turned my back LA ball went in net. That's it.
And for me, like, so one of the reasons I'm bringing this up because it's kind of relating to it, but one of the reasons why I started playing soccer, I got into it late, by the way. But my first ever memory seeing is Gigi Buffon's like my idol. He's like person I always looked
He's
up
a
to.
goat.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper. But my first ever memory, I remember like watching the 2006 World Cup final with France and Italy, and then where Zidane did the Panenka chip crossbar.
Yeah.
And when you talk about the back heel, I'm just like, he had that confidence to just go and do that in a World Cup final.
On the goal, one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
And then I'm thinking, because Buffon, when that happened, he's just like fair play, because he's like, that's just the skill, right?
Yeah.
And if like, let's say I was the goalie in that case where you back, I'm like, I'd be like, fair play, like you have all that skill to do that, and I'm like, this just speaks of a truly like a confident player who is performing his best and is just willing to take those risks, and that's very hard to find. Especially, I played other sports, but playing even like training goalkeepers now, it's the confidence in not taking those risks, not having confidence in their ability. It's hard to teach that, and it's hard to find. So hearing that story, it's just wow.
You're right. Like confidence is really, really, really hard to teach. I feel like sometimes you have to find it yourself. It comes from within. There is something. It's like a switch. You can turn it on, or you can just decide just to leave it there. Oh, I'm scared to turn on the light. If you don't turn on the light, you're gonna stay in the dark. But you just have to get some. I don't even know how to say. I don't know the word, but just like switch it on and then it's on.
Yeah.
That's it. And yeah, the question is, Raph, where did you get all this confidence from? And I was doing crazy things. It just all from back home. From my country where I grew up. Very, very difficult community. And it's just you have to do something different for you to be seen or for people to talk about you. Or if you really want to get to the next level, you always have to do something different.
Yeah.
Right? So you see bunch of young talents coming from Africa. They have a lot of what would I say? Bad habit. They feel like, oh, I can do everything. I can do this. I can. It's just that's the way they grew up. That's what it is about in the community, right? You have to show yourself for people to talk about you, and the more people talk about you, it gives you a little bit of chance, for you to start playing with the bigger boys.
Yeah.
That's it. If you're not good, you're not playing. There's no mercy back home. Like no mercy. It's a different system here where let everybody play. Just like include everyone in. Let them play, blah blah blah. That's how it is. But back home, I'm not the first one. You can ask a bunch of African kids. They will tell you, or even the older guys that grew up in Africa. They will tell you that's how it is back home. No mercy. If you're not good enough, you're not playing. They will put you on the bench. You're not even on the bench. You're just gonna sit there and be a spectator. If you're not good enough, you're not playing at all. You're not even gonna get a minute. That's how hard it is, right? So you come out, you're growing up, you always want to do something special. You're always trying to practice, do something for people to talk about you. That way you can get yourself, get your foot through the door and start playing with the bigger boys.
Yeah.
People start talking about you and all that. So I think I came here with the same like mentality. And then I was doing a lot of crazy things in the semi-pro, which right now if I look back and I ask myself, like, Raph, was I doing this? Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're doing things that doesn't even make sense. So indisciplined. And I was getting away with everything. It works for me. I go to practice. I played in a game where I invited some of the young kids that I coach, right? They came to the game and I was like, they were upstairs. I always invite, I say, hey, come watch. Everything that I teach you, I can do it in the game, right? I'm not going to teach you something that I can't not do. right? So I want you to be there. And their parents love it. You know, they always bring them to the game. Hey, let's go watch Raphael Ohin. Let's go watch Raphael Ohin. And I remember few of the boys were there. And then I was playing, and one of them yelled my name. It was like, Raph, I want you to do this. I want you to, and I'm like, oh, you want me to? So we have kind of like skill moves that we have every number, you know, numbers for every skill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 15,
That's really cool.
right? And one of them, the young boys, was like, "I want you to do this. I want you to do WSA like 13 or whatever. What the skill you?" And I was like, "For sure, you want me to do in the game? Okay, I'll do it." The next ball. So I switched with the player. I said, "I cannot do it in the middle of the field. You know, I have to do it away from the middle, you know, towards the, you know, the wide area where even if I make a mistake, I can cause a foul or the ball can go out of, you know, play. That's it. That again, that's being smart.
Yeah.
So I switch with the player. I say, yo, go play in the middle. Let me go out and play in the wide area, wing. And the next ball that came, I just controlled the ball and I invited a defender in. I say, you come here. It feels like I'm just making up story, but I swear I'm not even making up story. I wish there were videos that you can see me inviting a player. I said, "You come here,"
And he took the bait.
and the defender. I said, "You defender, come here." I invited him in, and he was coming, and it just like one fake, and then he just shift back. And you know when you fake on a defender 1, 2 times, the third one they're not gonna stay. They will come in.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like, what are you doing? You're just faking, you're not doing anything. So I could tell I'm watching his feet. Okay, move back. Second jab on his third time coming forward. Boom, boom. Flip the ball over. And then the boys, they went nuts. So like, no way you did that. No way. I did it. And I turned to them and I said, I told you, everything that I've been teaching you, I can do it in the game. Wow. I'm not going to teach you something that I cannot do. That was a big, you know, just like motivation for them, or like inspiration. Oh yeah, Raph. Wow, yes. So
I wish you had videos of that. That would have been so sick to see.
and you know, I wish I have videos of that, but that was when the new video, what is it called? The VO.
The VO cameras.
The VO cameras were not, you know, just like the VO cameras came that's like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. They've like I'm actually working for Manitoba Major Soccer League, and we started doing the recording.
The recording,
like 2 years ago.
Gosh, man, I wish there were recordings over there. But
what a moment! Like, because then you're teaching these kids, right? And then they're like, oh, and when they see you do that, and then like at that semi-pro level, unbelievable. Like, and just the wherewithal to like go outside your position and saying, this is where I can pull off the move. And then just inviting that defender to come.
Again, that's what I said. I was just, you know, I came here with, and just, there was a lot of, it was good. Mm-hmm. You know, it was good. Loss of confidence. But at the same time, it's a little bit of bad habits. You know, you can't be doing this. You can't try to embarrass people and blah, blah, blah. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, there is an aspect of sportsmanship, right, to that, and but then it also kind of just like, this is one thing I have to say too, is like, it's like, but also in that story, it's like knowing your abilities and knowing when to do it. Yeah. So like, and that's the thing that I've had to learn, like being a goalkeeper. Like I never played professional, but I played like university. Mm. But like, it's just knowing what your strengths and abilities are, and knowing the platform you can do that. And that's the one thing I've been trying to teach the other goalkeepers. Like, hey, you're better than me in this area, so exploit those strengths. And if you have weaknesses, try to minimize those weaknesses, and try not to have those come up as much. And then that's kind of the aspect I try and teach. Like because there's not a lot of goalkeeper coaches here, and I'm actually trying to hold like sessions for free for any goalkeepers just to get them that
would be great. That would be great.
And just kind of speaking of confidence, and I wanted to bring this on the podcast, but I have to ask, have you ever played like Football Manager, FIFA?
No, I used to.
Okay.
I got away from playing video games, and also that's another story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a different segue, but the reason I have to admit something to you, and I hope you're not mad at me.
No.
So basically, I started a Valour FC playthrough on Football Manager of this season. So going into that save, I actually saw on my YouTube channel, I'm posting a series ongoing type of thing. So I took over the team, and you had to make some changes. So, and I'm like, okay, I was looking at the bank account. I'm like, I need money to get some of the just to make some ends meet here and stuff like that. And I must say, initially, reason being is because you had a lot of value on the game. But what ended up happening was 2 games in, you scored a 20-yard long shot that went post in. And then immediately after that, I untransferred you. So, and that's where it comes to, I didn't have confidence in you at that time, but then I got that confidence in you. And ever since then, you've been a mainstay in the team.
That's good to hear. 20 yards long. I mean, that's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I shoot from everywhere. I have a pretty good shot. And for me, I'm not scared to take that shot. So,
oh my God. When you scored it, I was like, how did I was just super because it was just a beautiful shot. I know it's an NFL manager, but it went top right corner. I'm like, okay, I shouldn't transfer list him. He's like, I got to keep him. So I just wanted to come on here and say that, my apologies for transfer listing you. I learned from my mistakes. Never not trust Raphael Ohin in the midfield.
No, it's funny, but at the same time, it's good to hear because if you get to know me or if you watch my practices or like more games with me, that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
Again, remember a few minutes ago, I told you I love competition.
Yeah.
Just like I love it when people doubt me.
Yeah.
Just like it brings out more in me. It brings out more in me. I love it. When you doubt me or when you don't trust me, okay, let me show you. So again, back to what you're saying, I always have to go back and talking about this coach. I was coaching me at the semi-pro level, Eduardo. Yeah, shout out to that guy, by the way, Eduardo Badesco.
I actually played for WSA when I was younger. When I was 18, I played goalie, and my first he doesn't remember me, by the way, because he's coached so many kids.
He's funny, huh?
Yeah, and then I remember because I started playing goalkeeper when I was 15.
Oh,
and I played hockey growing up a lot, but my friends were into soccer and like we need a goalie. So then I don't know if you ever heard of Pedro Darza.
I know Pedro. Oh, good friend of mine too.
Pedro's my goalkeeper coach. She's the one that taught me. And when I was 18, I thought I can make the university team. Can't take a goal kick. Doesn't know how to do anything. And he's like, "You're not making the team." He saw me for 10 minutes. He's like, "You're not anywhere close." And then he made me train every Saturday for 3 hours. And then I went to WSA, and it was for Division 1 we were in. It was not the PDL team. It was like the league under that.
Yeah.
And Eduardo sees me, and he sees me play. He's like, "You're good at saving. You're shit with your feet." That was the first thing he ever said to me.
That's who he is.
Yeah, I know.
He's just so straight up. He doesn't. Yeah.
but the thing is, it helped me though, because then it made me work on my footwork. It made me work on distribution, and it helped me in my game. But that's sometimes you need that brutal honesty. But just kind of sorry, I just wanted to mention that because like WSA is a huge portion. But yeah, shout out to Eddie.
Shout out to Eddie for sure. Yeah, and it's just so. I mean, Eddie. I was with Eddie for a while, and whenever I start doing, just like this, my confidence. One thing about me, and then I feel like growing up, I've been learning more about myself. That's something that I didn't really pay attention to, over the years. But I've been learning more about myself. I can get to a level where my confidence will go so high, and I cannot control it, and I feel like I start doing things that doesn't even make sense to me. When you ask me, "Raf, how did you do this?" I'm like, I don't even know. I wish I could tell you. But that's the kind of person I am. My confidence goes so high, and at that point, everything is working for me. Everything is working for me, and I can't even control it anymore. Right? I don't know much, and this is so off topic.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend's mom, she's into, this astrologies, signs and all that. So she's been telling me more about my sign. She said, "Oh, you have your rising sign and this sign, and there's kind of like a conflict, just like this one want to take over." Again, I don't know much about it, but that's what she was telling me a lot just last week. And I was like, "Oh, this it makes it makes sense.
It kind of
Because
explains some things.
yeah, I can explain something like, and I can go so low, very, very, very low, and you will try so hard just to bring me back, and I cannot do anything. Like I'm just shut down. That's it. There is no in between. And anyway, the reason why I'm saying that, there are sometimes I'm doing, like just showing some, like skills and doing things, just like passes, ball. I'll be making some funny comments on the field, juggling the ball with my head, with my shin, doing all of this, right?
Yeah.
And then Eduardo will it just pull me out and he'll be like, Raph, Eduardo's voice, Raph, why are you doing this? Did someone piss you off? Who pissed you off? Did someone piss you off? I'm like, nobody pissed me off. He said, no, 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 no. Someone might have pissed you off. That's why, you're doing all these crazy things. I'm telling you, it's a good thing to do. You know you're skillful. You do this, but sometimes, no, you don't do it to embarrass people. It's not nice. People are gonna hate on you and do this, and I can be stunning them like, what is this guy talking about? I, I don't know. Nobody pissed me off. I'm just like, and right?
Yeah.
And that's Eduardo. It's like, oh, did someone piss you off? Did someone piss you off? Blah 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 blah. Nobody pissed me off. And I'll go back and I'll find out that, oh, it's just because of this. Maybe someone passed a comment or another player did this, step on my toes. They didn't say sorry, this and this and that. And then now the Raphael is gonna come out. And then I'll just start, just like exploding.
It fires you up.
It just fires me up. Right. So back to what you were saying, like, if you doubt me or if you don't trust in me, it brings out something. And just like, yeah, okay, now let me show you who's the boss. Let me show you. I'm not the boss, by the way.
Okay, well,
I'm not the boss.
Well, the virtual version of you did show me who the boss was. So, I just have to say, like, that exemplifies you. And again, hope you can forgive me for that.
You're forgiving.
Well, I was also going to ask you for another opinion because, I have to resign some players. And so you don't come cheap. So I was going to ask you, what are some things I can do to help make Raphael sign an extension on my manager save? What are some things I can include on there?
What are some to sign an extension?
Yeah, to sign you because I got to resign you. You're one of my key pieces I got to keep around the team, and you drive a hard bargain sometimes. So I don't know. What is there anything I could do or give me some tips like from the real Raphael Ohin? What could I do?
Makes me happy.
Okay.
Just make me happy and I'll be there.
Okay. See, I asked Tyson this question because he's a goalkeeper coach on the game. And I couldn't afford him. And he wouldn't take anything less than what he wanted. And I was just like, and he's just like, pay me.
Just pay me. Yeah. I mean, that's the best answer. Just make me happy.
I even promised you to make you a regular, like first team starter. I promised you the world, and he still wasn't good enough. So, but that's okay. Well, I'll make sure to save up some of my, make sure my bank account's well enough for Raph here. So, but again, that's just I always like to include that because it's super fun to see.
It is fun. Honestly, I wish I could get back into like gaming more and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of like far away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so far away. I love to watch though. I'm so far away. It's just, you know what? I don't care. I would just talk about it.
Yeah. Hey, no, it's one of those things too. It's just like it's just for me. It just keeps up with everything going on in football. Yeah. So, and it gets me closer to the Valour FC team because then I get to learn more about the team. Some prospects are coming through. So, no, but absolutely.
The reason why I stopped gaming and all that, back in my country, Ghana, right where I grew up, Accra, I told you, if you do a little bit of research, you can see it's a very, very strong community, right? You have to be on your toes. I don't know how to say it, but I wish I have a better word. But you have to be, when someone said be on your toes, you have to be on your guard all the time, right? Yeah, very, very difficult environment. Everybody wanted to survive. People do whatever they want to do just to survive, right? Just to make money.
It's like being aware of your surroundings.
Be aware, yeah. So everything that we do, the competition that I was telling you about, that's a young kid, you grew up with that competitive, just the nature. They instill it in you. You have to be competitive. You cannot be soft.
No.
You cannot be soft. So whatever we do, we always want to bet money on it.
Okay.
No, we don't do anything for free.
Mm. The money talks.
Yeah, everything competition. Okay, if we're playing, the only time we're not gonna have a competition if you right off the bat, if you agree that I am better than you.
We would like to thank Subtle Savagery for sponsoring the Observer of Football podcast. Subtle Savagery is a local clothing brand here in Winnipeg, Manitoba that specializes in top quality clothing ranging from hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, hats, and many more different items. With limited edition drops coming on a regular basis, you can get yourself top quality designs that keep getting better and better. Now, if you visit subtlesavagery.com and sign up for the Insiders Club, you can be the first to buy the limited edition drops when they come out. And not only that, you can also get a 15% discount on those orders. Please be sure to visit subtlesavagery.com and order your next Subtle Savagery merch.
Then I'll be like, okay, everyone, he said I am better than him. Okay, now we can play for free. We can have a friendly, whatever we're doing, whether we're playing FIFA or whether we're playing, we're kicking the ball about or any little, games. Now we're going to play for free, friendly. But if you don't admit that I am better than you, there we go. That sparked up the fire. Okay, now let's put money on it.
Yeah.
Let's put money on it and let's see who is the boss. Who's gonna win, and nobody want to lose money. So that's the way we grew up. Right, everything we have to just involve money in it. Money in it. My brother had a little game center where people pay money to play the game. Right. So for me, I grew up playing a lot of video games. I just spent a lot of time in the game center. Sometimes I am the one who is hiring. I just sit there, people play the game, and then they pay me. That's how it is. So I spend a lot of my time in the game center, and every day, betting, just always putting money on it, putting money. That's not the way I grew up. My parents are very, very strict. Very strict parents, well trained, very, very respected in the community. They just don't want us to go on the bad road, the bad path. Because it's so easy to fall. It's so easy to, to just join a gang and all of this, right? So my parents are very, very strict on us. That's the way we grew up, and we're very, very highly respected. But I was doing all this betting, thing just behind, my parents are not saying it, and it got really, really worse. It got to a time where I don't feel comfortable playing a friendly game. Every time I have to play, whatever I do, I always, hey, put money on it, put money on it, put money on it. I always want a little extra money in my pocket. And, this little things that I was doing actually started, leading me on the wrong path.
Yeah.
And now when you see people's money, you just want to take it. You start taking things that doesn't belongs to you, and again, I go home and that's not who I am. But when I get out there, it's who I am. You have to do it to survive. You won't always want a little extra money. And then it start getting worse. It start getting worse. It start getting worse where all I think about is betting. All I think about is betting. All I think about is betting. And one fine day, I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. I took my brother's money because I'm the one who takes care of the game center.
Yeah.
All the sales that I made that day, I put it on betting and I lost it. So I was so scared that if my brother gets home, I'm in trouble. Hey, where's the money for the day? I've put it on betting and I've lost it. Right away, run into my room, grab a few clothes, grab my shoes, and I was not even thinking. Grab my shoes, put it in a bag, went out. I was actually going to sell my clothes. Looking back right now, it scared the living hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like, wow, Raph, this is not who you are. What? And if my parents get to know about it, I'm dead. Like my dad would beat. I'm in trouble. I run in there just to go sell my clothes. Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy that? No. And everyone is just looking at me weird. Like, Raph, what are you doing? This is not who you are. You're selling stuff now? What? You're one of the highly respected, kids in the community. Your dad, people respect your parents, like your dad and your mom. Like, what are you doing? One of my friends actually saved me. I went to his house. It's kind of like really close to me. And I said, hey, bro, like, can I give you this, this pair of shoes and this clothes? I need this money, but I need it so bad. And he's like, Raf, why? Why are you selling? Like, I'm like, yo, are you gonna give it to me or not? He said, no, Raf, just tell me what is going on first, right? I don't care about. I can give you the money. I don't care. And I said, no, just like this is what I did. I did something really bad. My brother will be coming home, in the next couple hours. I'll be in trouble. Just like I need money so bad, right? He looked at me and he said, Raf, I've been watching you. I've been paying attention. Lately, you don't even spend time with your friends. You don't even care about going out there to train. You don't even care about sleeping early. You don't even care about, like just like playing with us, playing, chasing your dream. And all you care about is just video games.
Yeah.
We know you're good at it. And you always want to prove, show them, okay, I am the best. I am the best. And look at where it's leading you. I'll give you the money, right? But promise me you're gonna stop today. And I'm not gonna take your shoes and your clothes. You don't even have to pay the money. You don't have to pay me back. Promise me. I started tearing up in front of him.
No.
I took the money, went home, put all my clothes back. I gave the money to my brother. I finally got the money. I gave it to my brother when he came home. I walk out of the game center. And for the first time, it sounds fun. That was the first time I took a shower early in the day. Like I don't take shower early in the day. I want to spend the entire day. I take shower midnight and go to bed. That's how. But the first time, took a shower early in the day, and I went to my room, started crying my ass off, and I said, "From today, Ralph, I'm done." It was kind of like an addiction.
It is, and that's one of the things too, like where it's kind of like that thrill, right? You keep betting on yourself, you keep winning, so you keep thinking, I'm gonna keep making more money,
No money.
and
Yeah.
then the more you win, the more risks you start taking,
Yeah.
and then like you see like with your brother's winnings there, right? But then it kind of serves as a reality check,
Yeah.
right? And then I think the thing is like everything in moderation is a good word for
Oh
it.
yeah, moderation. That's the word. You just try and stay in the middle. Just don't go too low, don't go too high. I Yeah, and try. It was an addiction. Was it easy for me to break out of that? No, it took some time, and it was hard. But just I try my best not to get too close. I try my best. Just like hey, when people are coming to the game center, because I cannot stay. I can't say, brother, I'm not gonna work for you anymore. I'm not gonna take care of the game center.
Yeah.
I still have to, right? Because it's my brother and he goes to work, and I have to. But I try my best whenever I see those little competition, like starting out, people are just gonna try my best just to walk away from it. It was really, really hard, but I'm so proud of myself, like who I am right now, that I walked away from it. This was like a long time ago, and even when I got here, like my friends invite me to the apartments, oh Raf, let's play video games. We're playing, and I sit there and they're like, oh, you suck. That's why you don't want to play. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There is a reason why I don't really want to get close to it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get close. I told you're the second person that is hearing this story.
Oh,
By
really?
the way, my best friend Prince, who lives in Edmonton right now.
Okay.
I play with. He also played WSA.
Oh, really?
Prince Amara. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of people know him in this community.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, Prince is the first one. He also asked me, said, Ralph, how come you don't? Because Prince has a FIFA and all that in his house. He invites me, yo, he's one of my best friends. Said, Ralph, let's play. I said, Prince, I don't want to play. Ralph, is that a reason? I said, I can play by myself. If you give it to me and I'm playing just solo with computer, I can play. But playing with you, it brings back that memories, that fear, and I don't want to get close to it. So I walk far away from it. I love it when people are playing, but I don't want to get close. And
No.
this is the reason why, like when I tell people I don't play video games, I don't play FIFA, they're like, oh, how can you? You're the soccer play professional. Every professional player, love to play video games,
Yeah.
and you don't play. I said there is a reason. I can I can play solo by myself, but I can. And you can't be playing solo by yourself. It gets boring.
Yeah.
You need to play with a friend also.
Yeah.
So that was the story.
Well, I just want to say, well, thank you for sharing that with me. And I
Of course.
think that hits home with a lot of like, even it hits home for me too. Like I've had those instances where, you start getting down, like even taking gambles on myself, right? Like I've had instances where, I've again, I played hockey growing up, so that's like the main thing I did. And then you start taking more and more and more risks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one time where like, yeah, I ended up, let's just say I had a bet with somebody, one of my friends, and I ended up betting more than I could afford.
Mm.
And then I lost, and then I had to come up with the money for it. And let's just say again, was fortunate enough to have a friend like you did to help kind of get you out of that situation.
Yeah.
But again, for me, it's then I just kind of learned, I'm like, okay, like even like, I know it's not the same thing, but even when I went to a casino, I'm like super like, I've seen what it can do to people. And I'm just like, okay, here's my money. Here's what I'm keeping at. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Because if you start winning, it can be very easy
to just keep going. Yeah.
And it's that thrill, right? So it's that, and it speaks to that discipline, right? After that day, you know that awareness to saying, if I don't want to be close to with in those situations, because you never know, it can spiral again, right?
Absolutely, yeah. But I like how you said it, like you are aware of it, just like, hey, this is how far I can go, I'm not going past that, so yeah.
And it just speaks to like that discipline, but also it speaks to your growth as a human being, right? Because then it just grows you as a person. You mature from it, and it's just one of those aspects of life that it's a good life lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing that we can all agree on, that we always mature. But again, thank you so much for sharing the story.
Oh yeah, again, I just I feel like sharing.
Oh, wow.
Because we're going into the video games, and I just don't want it to feel like I have no knowledge about video games. I do. Like, I love video games,
Yeah.
but I just want to get it out of the way. Yeah,
absolutely. And that'll be a really good story for our audience, and I think that can serve as a life lesson for all of us.
Mm.
And we are back. So, Raph, again, thank you so much for sharing this story, kind of about your back home with your brother and how your family, things like that. But I was just kind of curious. So, we talk about football, and we all know you're an exceptional football player.
Thank you.
As Seydou mentioned before, like he even recognized you and said you have skills that are extraordinary. And I was just curious. So, with your brother, I know you ran a game center, but is your brother, or are you better at football, or does your brother even play football?
Oh yeah, so I have 3 brothers, by the way.
Oh wow.
I have 3 older brothers, and I have a younger sister.
Okay.
So I'm the fourth male child. Yeah. All 3 my 3 brothers play. They actually play. They wanted to make it a career.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, but things didn't go well. My older brother, left footer, very skillful. He was the first one just to pull out and say, "Hey, listen, this is not gonna work out for me. I have 3 brothers that are playing. Maybe I'll pay attention and just give them the support, the help that they need." So he was the one that started helping all 3 of us.
Okay.
My second older brother, Michael, who actually played, I think he played with Seydou. He played for one of the Ghana Premier League teams, Accra Great Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays. Michael plays for IS Academy.
Okay.
So back in Ghana, we used to have IS Academy, Feyenoord Academy, both from Netherlands. They have academy there, and to make one of these academies, you have to be exceptional. They don't take everyone.
Yeah.
Right? They run tryouts here and there, and if I have to tell you my time, I went to this one of these tryouts. There were about 200 kids there and more, and only 4 players got picked. I was one of the 4.
Okay. That is 200 kids?
Yeah, 200 or more. Like there were more.
And you were one of the 4.
I didn't even know there were 200. Just for me, it just feels like, one of this community soccer, because when we're playing, we have a lot of people there, right?
Yeah.
But when I finally made IS Academy, just playing with the younger ones, I think U10, 11, I was playing. And then we have one of the coaches to introduce us. So they pick 4 players. They have a bigger academy in the going to the northern part of the country, Ghana.
Okay.
It's called Obuasi, where they have like all the gold mining and all that. Where they have a bigger academy there, and that's where if you're doing really well in Accra, the capital city, they promote you to go over there
Okay.
because they were affiliated with one of the professional teams there in the Ghana Premier League. It used to be called Ash Gold.
Okay.
Ash Gold, yeah. So IS Academy and Ash Gold, they just like, they have some kind of affiliation. That way, if you grew up in the academy you play, going to the first team would be you playing in the Premier League, Ash Gold. And even at that point, there are two paths. Either you go to Ash Gold or they take you to Netherlands. And then you go to the main IS in Netherlands. Right. So it was big. And the same thing with Feyenoord Academy. There was Feyenoord Academy. They hate each other. IS and Feyenoord hate each other. I don't even know if they still hate each other now in the Netherlands, but they don't like each other when they were. And there was also a story to that. So my brother actually plays. My second older brother, Michael, he played in that IS Academy.
Wow.
And Shadrach, the first older one that I said he pulled out, he started taking care of, us, started helping Michael out, helping Osbert out, and then helping me out too. Yeah, and now, Michael, just in back home in Ghana, if you don't really have the support, the help that you need, to break out, becomes very difficult. And then now you're forced to, you know, get a job, learn something just to keep going. And I think that's what happened to Michael as well. Michael was trying so hard, pursuing, this football career, and at the same time, just doing some part-time job. But it got to a time where he's just said to himself, listen, no, it's not going this direction. I have to take the other direction. So he got into more being business minded. And so that was also why he also pulled out. The third one, Osbert, another player, he has passion for the game. They're really good. Uh, he's just also in the middle right now, doing a lot of job at the same time, playing here and there. But if you ask me, I am the only one that just like was able to make it
Yeah.
this far. All right, so I have three older brothers that are playing. I grew up watching them, good players, and I have a cousin from my mother's side, Lai Kinson, who actually played. He played in the Ghana national team.
Really?
He plays a team in Scotland, at
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
like he played for Arts in Scotland. Uh, and then yeah, he actually like he played to the top level. Yeah,
Quite amazing.
I think he's a coach now. Recently, I heard like just this year that he was actually the head coach for I think the U17 national team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
So the high
was.
levels
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he was actually coaching for the national team, the U17 boys. Yeah, he was the head coach there, so he actually played to the higher level.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so you can tell like I grew up in the soccer, not only soccer community but soccer family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did your dad or mom play football at all, or?
No chance. My dad, I heard a story about my dad. Apparently, my dad sucks. Like, he can't even play. I heard he's just that guy, he, he's the people's man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people loves him because he has a really, really good heart, good human being,
Mhm.
and he has lots of passion for the sports. My dad actually remembers Seydou when Seydou was playing for Accra Great Olympics, because if you mention Accra Great Olympics, my dad is the name that will come out first. That, oh, okay, he's just like this guy, number one supporter. That all the fans, they respect him a lot. He knows how to put people together. He knows how to bring people together.
Bring people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
dad
yeah.
is that guy. Just like to make it simple, he's that guy. If you put him in a room with 500 people, and I don't know how to say, but to convince people to vote for, like, let's say a political party, or to do this, that if you put my dad in a room with 500 people and you give him 10 minutes, it will it will convince half of the people, if not more. If you give him 5 minutes, he knows how to talk. He's that guy, people's person, and he will convince half of the room to vote for this party or to play for this team or to do this for these people. That's who he is.
Talk about a rare ability to have and a skill. But like, it sounds like he can bring people together.
Yeah.
But he also can. It just sounds like he can talk to people and speak to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
That's
But he never plays. But he has a lot of passion for the sports, and he supported Accra Great Olympics a lot. So yeah, I don't even know where we got the talent from. I know he never plays any level at all. But yeah, my dad never played soccer.
Oh, that's funny. Is that your favorite team back home though? Accra Olympics in Ghana?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up in. I grew up in a Great Olympics household. My dad takes me to the field, take me to the stadium. I watch. I was very, very young, and then he took me to Accra Great Olympics practice, a professional team, and I was just running on around the field, kicking the ball about, shaking these professional players' hands. So yeah, just
Amazing.
right from beginning, I had that passion that, hey, I really want to be here. I want to be like this guy.
This podcast is brought to you by Ike Sportswear. Ike Sportswear is a local sportswear brand here in Winnipeg that specializes in soccer and basketball sportswear. Now, if you're looking for any jerseys that are club or international level at a cheap price, Ike Sportswear has got you covered. Recently, I ordered a Netherlands Van Nistelrooy jersey for the low price of $60. And I must say, when compared to the official branding from the Dutch international team, you can't go wrong because Ike Sportswear has got you covered with affordable prices and quality jerseys. So what are you waiting for here today? Visit Ike Sportswear's Instagram page where you can message them directly for the jerseys you want, or you can also text them at the number on the screen.
Yeah.
And with your dad being the number one supporter.
My dad, number one supporter, yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. I miss him though.
Oh yeah.
I miss my dad, yeah.
Do you mind me? Is he unfortunately not with us anymore?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My dad passed away last year.
Oh, my condolences about that.
That's okay.
But I guess he can maybe serve it. He was the stepping stone for you to pursue your passion, right? And everything. So
he did a lot. He did a lot. Yeah, I can't even pay him back. Like, he did a lot for me. Like, the kind of player I am right now, and the kind of person I am right now, is my dad, my mom. Yeah, my dad gave me and my brothers everything that we want. Like, everything that we want and need just to get to that level, just to play, get to the next level. Yeah, basically. Yeah, he was just there, practice, taking me to practice. Everywhere I play, my dad will be there just to watch me. Wake me up early in the morning, like in the morning at 4. We'll be biking and I'll be running, chasing the bike. My dad will wake me up every day. Raph, you gotta go to practice. Come and watch me. Take me everywhere. Wherever there is a tryout, wherever there is a showcase, just name it.
He's got your back.
He got my back, and he will take me there. Sometimes, we'll get a phone call or someone, just like there's a message passing on, oh, there is going to be a showcase game in this part of the city, blah, blah, blah. Oh, what is the location? We don't even know. All my dad needs, where do you say it is? Okay, for example, is it on the south part of Winnipeg? Okay, you don't know the address? That's all I need. It's in the south. He will find a way to get me there.
He figures it out.
He will figure it out. That's
Amazing.
the kind of person he is, yeah. So,
well, if you don't mind me asking, when you think, like, I know you think of your dad. I know you think he was always there for you, always there to figure things out and give you the platform to become a professional footballer.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back at with your dad, like, is there any memories that stand out? Like, what's your favorite memory of you and your dad, if you have any that stand out right now?
My favorite memory, I would not say, just like, I have two actually. So I promised my dad that I will do everything to make him proud. And for him, nothing is going to, there is the only thing that he wants to see was to see my last name at the back of my jersey. That growing up, that's every parent's dream.
Mm.
Hey, I want to see you repping the last, the surname. I want to see, my name at the back of a jersey. Everyone watching you playing, and I told my dad, I said, yes, I'll make you proud by doing that. One day, you're gonna see the name Ohin at the back of my jersey, and I'm playing. So the first time when I signed for Valour, and then I walk in the locker room, I saw my jersey for the first time, Ohin, number 27. That was a special moment right there. The second one is a little bit like it's more life related, not
Mhm.
soccer related. I was in the eastern part of Ghana playing in this academy
Mm.
called Vota Warriors Academy. So yeah, just let me. I'm so done with academy. Like it was just like
Yeah.
it was too much. Going to this academy, jumping from one academy to this, because that's how it is back home in Ghana. You have to do well to play in this one of these academies, right?
Yeah.
And that's your chances of making it to the top. Like for example, you a player like
Yeah.
Mohamed Kudus. If you ask, Mohamed Kudus grew up in Right to Dream Academy. He was playing in Right to Dreams and Look Away. Now he's one of the top players. So every young kid's dream is to play, go through this academy, because you have some kind of structure, like a pathway
Yeah.
to go there, right? So I was playing in another academy. You heard me saying different academy, this academy, blah blah blah. Anyways, I was playing in one of these academies, and it was all the way in the Volta region, which
Mhm.
is in the eastern part of Ghana. Uh, yeah, it's so far to get there. Uh, just even to get a car, like to just get a taxi, is so hard to get there. And I was so sick. I was living there actually, going to school and everything, living there. Me and my two brothers.
Okay.
So far away from home.
Mm.
Like I don't even go. I stay there till school is over, and then I go back home. Yeah, I was just then. They were trying everything. I was not getting well. Took me to the clinic. The team, doctors, nothing was working, right? And it was getting worse. And I remember I couldn't even sleep in the room. So my brothers have to carry me up, take me off to the rooftop, and lay a mat in the middle of the night just to sleep there.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I couldn't even sleep in the room. It was really, really bad.
Hmm.
And you can imagine everyone is sleeping in the room, and I'm the only one on the rooftop
Wow.
staying there. And it got to my brother. My brother couldn't handle it anymore, and then he phoned home, and then he called my dad, and he said, "Dad, they're trying everything. Raph is really sick the last few days. He can't even sleep in the room now. We have to carry him upstairs, just put him on top of the roof where he can, get a little bit of fresh air, just, passed out a bit. But it's getting worse. You need to come." I thought, and it was getting closer to the weekend. Weekend, you don't even get a car going to that direction or going to that particular place. I was sleeping at night, and I heard like someone blowing a whistle. My dad calls us with a whistle. Like he knows that how to blow that whistle, the loud one.
Mhm.
Growing up, that's how he calls all five of us, my four brothers and my sister. And uh like I heard the whistle. It's like a loud whistle. And it was just like I woke up and I said, "Boy, God, my dad is here." They're like, "No, no, 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 Raph. It's okay, you're sick. Just lay down." They said, "No, I heard dad's whistle." And then I said, "Okay, pay attention again." And my dad blew the whistle again from a distance. And they said, "No, Raph, it's okay. Just lay down." I said, "No, wait again." And then they heard the whistle again. They said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I think dad is here." So he was just blowing the whistle. I'm getting emotional right now.
Yeah.
He's just blowing the whistle from a distance. And that really, really made me happy walking into the hostel, and then he just carried me, put me behind his back in the middle of the night, left my brothers, just to stay back, and then he took me all the way back to the city
Mm.
in the middle of the night.
Wow.
He found a way. And I asked him, I said, Dad, how do you even get here? Car, like you can't even get a taxi to where we are. He said, yeah, I found a way. And then when I got here, I have to walk. So this guy walked like 10K from where, the only close the bus station. The bus station, from where the bus station is to where the hostel is, you can't walk.
Yeah.
But this guy walked in the dark. And I said, but why did you blow the whistle? And he said, yeah, as I was coming, I was just having this feeling of just like calling you from a distance. Just there's a little bit of superstition here and there,
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm just calling you from a distance, wherever you are, whatever is going on, the reason why you're sick, I'm just calling. I'm not even calling you human being, I'm calling your soul from a distance.
Wow.
That's powerful, isn't it?
It is.
It's
Very
just
powerful.
so powerful. And I heard his voice, and it was just, yeah, he carried me. That was one of my favorite like memories with me and my dad, coming all the way just to grab me in the middle of the night.
Just shows like his love for his family, and like he heard you were sick and he would do anything to make sure you're
Anything.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's just also powerful here because you said he's speaking to your soul. Like
Yeah.
he did that, but he was speaking for you, and then you're the only one to hear it initially, right? Before your brothers are even able to hear it. So there's got to be something to that, eh?
Yeah. I'm getting emotional about it. Yeah, I miss him.
Oh yeah,
I
I
miss
mean,
him.
yeah.
It sucks that didn't even get a chance to watch me play. He only watched videos, because he was still back home, and yeah.
But just be proud though that you accomplished what he wanted, right? Like you're wearing his last name on a Valour FC jersey, professional, right?
Yeah.
You accomplished his dream, like all that work, then that he's ultimately he's proud of every one of you, I bet. But that's super powerful, Raphael. And again, thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I think that story also really entails who your father was, because you can say like, yeah, he's always there at my practices, and is always there to give me resources. But that just really speaks to who he is. And, I think that you wouldn't be where you are today without you and your family, with your father and your family.
No, the kind of, yeah, and again, it takes me back. I have people asking me, Raf, like, this, like, the real Raf, football or soccer, let's say soccer, because we're in Winnipeg, soccer is what I do.
Yeah.
But that is not who I am.
No.
The real me outside of soccer is different. I just like the way I'm telling you, you can tell where I'm coming from, the kind of person my dad is. Yeah. That is the real me.
Well, and that's why I wanted to bring out in this conversation, right? Because football. The reason I say football, that's because I get ripped in the comments for saying soccer, especially from UK fans. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they say, oh, you're from Canada, you know nothing about soccer. So, but hey. But football, and that's where I wanted, because there's a life outside of football or soccer, right?
Yeah.
And just to get to know you as a human being, and just getting to learn about you is the whole point of it, right? And that it's such amazing stories to hear, right? And
thank you.
And just hearing how that your dad was able to be there for you, and also your brothers and your family, right? Like they helped give you the platform to where you are, and it just kind of speaks to like we need support, right, to get where we are. And I just love that you were able to share the story, and and show that as your dad's memory, right? And that's great to have.
Yeah, thank you. I know it's kind of like it's a long story. You asked a simple question, but yeah, I just feel like sharing.
Don't ever apologize for sharing it. I love to hear the stories.